Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, final location near you, now.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. He said he loved me. My friends told me it wasn't a big deal. They thought he was so cool, but they didn't know what he wanted me to do.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. You have no idea the kind of pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. Another way. A better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
Welcome into the IndianaSRN studios here as Heritage Christian plays host to Guerin Catholic. Double Eagles going tonight. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll. Should be a good one. Early season matchup, Sean. We'll talk about it throughout the pregame, but you look at the records right off the bat. 1-3 for Heritage Christian, 3-3 for Guerin Catholic. If you're a head basketball coach, you certainly don't want to go down to 1-4. Let's take a look at some of our sponsors for tonight's contest. We want to thank everybody who supports IndianaSRN, including the IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences. Begin your journey today. The Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Bertner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties. And our friends at Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, we do it all. And Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and the community since 1955. Just based on the record Sean has mentioned, early on in the season, you're really starting to gather your feet, but you don't want to go down 1-4, and if you're Guerin Catholic, you certainly don't want to fall under 500 tonight. Should be a good contest of two teams that really pride off their defense.
They do, and you look at Heritage Christian for a matter of fact, they've lost 3 in a row. Mm-hmm. They've had a shot here at home, and conference games really start to come into play now. This is a huge contest for both these squads, not just for overall record, but in terms of their conference. Heritage already has one conference loss as their last outing. They lost by 3 to Chittard, so they want to get back off the schneid, not go 0-2 in the conference as well.
Yeah, and you think about this time of year, you're going to play a lot of basketball over the next few weeks. You got Christmas coming up, you've got New Year's, but there's a lot of tournaments and a lot of games jam-packed into it. How important, though, on your home court, if you're Heritage Christian here, to get a victory and kind of control the tempo, and that starts early.
Oh, it 100% does, and they're going to look to their main guy, Miles Colvin, for that. He's the guy that Guerin Catholic knows if he gets any space in that lane, he's going to attack the rim at all opportunities and come off with some orange paint as he racks some dunks. We've seen him do quite a bit of that. But then you've also got to make sure and look out for Tyler Allmeyer outside. He's the three-point shooter, but Guerin Catholic under Bob Allen's always very fundamentally sound, very good ball club.
When we come back, we'll talk about Heritage Christian, how they got to their 1-3 record, look at the starting lineups, and more. You're watching High School Hoops here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
We're back here as Heritage Christian gets ready to take on Guerin Catholic. You're watching High School Hoops here on IndianaSRN, IndianaSRN.org. Check us all of our games out on demand. Don't forget to like, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll. Some big news. Somebody who has been out for Guerin Catholic is Jack Cherry. This is the guy who kind of controls that offense, controls the tempo, averages 5 assists per contest. Big to have him back in the lineup here tonight.
He started since he was a freshman, Tony, so it's a big get for them. As you look at their starting lineup, which we have gotten, not a single senior in that starting lineup. So having the experience of Jack Cherry as the guy who runs the offense and kind of leads them is really, really important, especially coming into this big-time conference away matchup.
Guerin Catholic, 49% from the field, but 29% from three, 60% from field goals inside of the three-point arc. So you don't want to fall in love with the three ball here, and we've seen Guerin Catholic post a lot of three-point attempts. Not all those going down, but they are a very low-scoring team.
They are, and overall as a team, they shoot 29% from the three-point line. So, it's this day and age of basketball. It's the Steph Curry effect. Everybody wants to shoot from three. A lot of teams will run that guy up to the free throw line, turn him around. Okay, look for look for the guys to get open on the cuts, to come out to shoot that three. But you got to make them when you have those opportunities. And, you look, Cherry hasn't played much because he's been hurt. But of their starters, you got 36%, you've got 2 of 9, and you got 23%.
Yeah.
So they really kind of need to build on that. And they're still 3-3.
Sorensen, 14 points per contest. Chandler, 13 points per contest. I would love my second leading scorer to shoot 60% any day of the week. Those two guys, Jack Cherry is going to be dishing the ball often here tonight.
He is going to be, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see him early in the game, how he gets his feel, his legs back, his basketball conditioning, getting back on the court. And in typical Heritage style, it wouldn't surprise me to see them pressure him, try and put some pressure on him, see how he handles it coming off his first game off injury, see maybe they get some turnovers that leads to some early offense.
Warren Wilson, Heritage Christian, the Eagles 1-3 on their home court, 3 losses by an average of 5 points. 2 of those were within 1 possession, the other being a 12-point loss. They are on a 3-game losing skid, averaging 49 points per contest. This is the team that wants to shoot from the arc, but they also want to slow things down. This could become a possession battle.
It could be, and you've got 2 big guys that can get it done for you. Andrew Wiggins, obviously the baseball commit to Indiana, is going to be their glue guy, rebound, hit some 15-foot jumpers, but everybody's going to look to Miles Colvin to get the job done. The Purdue commit, he is going to shoot from 3. He's going to try and rip the rim off the backboard, do all those different things. What kind of defense is Guerin Catholic going to play to try and contain him and make everybody else beat you?
And you mentioned Wiggins. Luke Peters is a guy who's a junior that's been able to step up so far this year. Tyler Allmeyer as well. But like you said, there is some youth, so to speak, on both sides of the basketball, but you need that senior leadership, especially on a night like tonight where, look, it's a Friday night. You're kind of in that Christmas mode, right? Like, you're a teacher. Yeah. Your students came in today and we're like, oh, man, we're checked out. Anything you tell us is probably not going to translate into January.
We took finals today. I'm done.
So then you're good to go. You're good to go. So, but on a game like tonight, you're not going to be the team you are tonight that you are in February. But some of these early things we see, the turnovers, 10 turnovers per contest for Guerin Catholic, you want to get that in the lower single digits as much as possible.
You do, and that's where I think a guy like Dylan Doss comes into play for Heritage Christian. He's a senior. He's been around this program. He imagines, I'm sure they're telling him, hey, look, they want to stop Allmeyer from the three-point range, and they want to stop Wiggins all as possible. So you're going to be an important part of A, helping get this ball up and down the court, but B, being an outlet to be able to get guys in the spaces they want to be offensively so we can score. So I think Dylan Doss is kind of a key to this game tonight for Heritage Christian.
Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll, IndianaSRN. Guerin Catholic, the Golden Eagles, on the road against Heritage Christian here on IndianaSRN. Don't forget upcoming Christmas music 24/7 on IndianaSRN when we're not covering boys and girls basketball games from around central Indiana. Don't forget on Saturday, tomorrow, Cecina taking on Heritage. You get the Bossy Winter Classic all day as well. Monday, Indianapolis Shortridge takes on Chittard right here on our airwaves. And on Thursday, another boys game, Guerin Catholic, these same Golden Eagles, will take on Lebanon. So you can see it there, Lebanon taking on Guerin Catholic.
Are you going to Evansville?
I will say this. I've had my one trip to Evansville this year. That is a trip I take once every 10 years since I left Vincennes. So, no, there'll be no going back to Evansville down the Bossy for me. Although we did call a sectional football game there, and it was a lot of fun to be in that stadium and in the history of it, and just kind of seeing that old school type of high school football.
I've been to Evansville Central. I have not been to Bossy. So,
well, it's funny. A friend of mine was talking about gyms in the state of Indiana, and he sent me a picture. He works down in Jasper, and they were in Washington. I said, oh, that's the Hatchet House. He said, yeah. And I said, I probably shot 500 three-pointers in there because when I was in college, had a friend who played at Washington with Cody Zeller, so we'd go and shoot around there all the time. So some amazing gyms around the city of Indiana, Sean, as you know. But a good one tonight between Heritage and Guerin Catholic. When we come back, we'll give you our keys to the game and get you set for tip. You're watching high school basketball right here on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We're back here as the teams come back out of the locker room. Guerin Catholic and Heritage Christian here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll. Sean, we kind of talked about this in the outset. You a Guerin Catholic team that only shoots 29% from the three. A Heritage Christian team, Warren Wallace's boys like to shoot the three, but that can lead to a lot of transition. As we talked about, who can impose their will early on here. But I think if you're Guerin Catholic, you want to go down, work inside and out, get down on that block, and get some high percentage shots, shooting 60% from two.
Oh yeah, they're going to look to work the ball down in the low block and see what's available first, and then look to their outside shooters as the defense collapses, kick it out to try and find that open shooter. And if Heritage Christian gets behind, expect to see Miles Colvin take over as the point forward, so to speak, and really kind of try and take charge in this game. It's really interesting. We talk about, Guerin Catholic 3-3, their point differential is 1.1.
Yeah.
They're averaging 1.1 points more than their opponents this year, and Heritage is only 4 points off, even with that big loss. I mean, they lost to Linton Stockton, who's 1 in 2A, just lost to 3A Chittard by 3 at Chittard. They beat 4A Columbus North, so that shows you they've got some talent. And, I mean, you can't tell with Guerin Catholic because they haven't done anything twice in a row. They've alternated wins and losses this entire season.
And this is a Heritage Christian team where you look, they're on a 3-game losing skid. Those 3 losses, as we mentioned, an average of 5 points. Look, when you get to the tournament come late February, early March, you could, just like in football, you can almost throw out the records. I think this is a team that we're going to look at Heritage Christian at. Going to be right around, probably a little bit above 500, very tough conference, but you're going to look back and say, yeah, but early on, if they had just clicked a little bit more and been able to close out those 1 to 2 possession games, their record would definitely be a lot better. So a team that maybe, 2-3 months from now, we look back around this time and say, yeah, if they just learn how to close out those games, they'd have a much better record.
They do, and they've got a couple other games coming up on the schedule soon. You look, this is a conference game against Guerin Catholic. Then they play Cecina, who is, close to where they are, very much a rival. And then you go to Pendleton Heights and then Triton Central, 2A matchup, which, Triton Central is always really good. So this is the time you want to start to get that ball rolling and get some momentum going as you move forward past the holidays.
Yeah, especially this time of year, a lot of those long bus rides as you mentioned. We'll get your starting lineups here coming up for Heritage Christian and Guerin Catholic. High school basketball here on IndianaSRN. As always, wanted to thank IUPUI Health and Human Services, the Morales Group, Bertner Electric, Piper Logistics, Reynolds Farm Equipment as well. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll, Brad Pressler is our camera guy. Greg Smith on site producing for us here, doing a great job on a chilly Friday evening here in central Indiana as we get ready for the start of this contest between Guerin Catholic and the Heritage Christian Eagles. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll will be back right after this and right after the national anthem for tonight's tip.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there.
This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor because land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back as we get ready for tip-off between Heritage Christian and Guerin Catholic. Tony Donahue alongside Sean Kroll. Sean, quickly before this thing tips off, let's go ahead and look at the starting lineups for the 3-3 Guerin Catholic Eagles to start, and the Heritage Christian Eagles, who are 1-3. Give us those starting lineups for Guerin Catholic.
Guerin Catholic, a junior guard, number 1, Jack Cherry. Another junior guard, number 3, Robert Sorensen. Sophomore guard, number 10, Camilla Chandler. A junior center, number 13, Josh Holba. And a junior forward, number 22, Dylan Murrens.
Yeah, Dylan Murrens averaging 8 per contest. And Guerin Catholic, again, Jack Cherry, welcome back to the lineup. 5 assists per contest as well. For Heritage Christian at 1-3 on the season. As you mentioned in the outset, Sean, led by their big man, number 11, the center, Miles Colvin.
Yeah, they got a guard, number 3, Dylan Doss, who is a senior. You can see him right there, as well as number 4, Tyler Allmeyer. He is a junior guard. Miles Colvin, number 11, that's the guy you want to look at, is the big man for them, the senior. 24, Luke Peters, the senior center, and number 30, Andrew Wiggins, a senior forward.
Yeah, and a team in Heritage Christian that, look, you got the home crowd. Look at, it's a great crowd, as you can see here. Get off to a strong start, get going here early on. But again, the importance of Jack Cherry in the lineup tonight for Guerin Catholic, Sean.
It's paramount. Heritage Christian loves to, in the program, both boys and girls, defense, pressure. We saw it in the JV game that we were watching. So you got to have a premier ball handler for your squad, and that's Jack Cherry for Guerin Catholic. Getting him back for this specific game is huge.
Yeah, and any basketball game at any level, Sean, we've seen this so far this year. Rebounding, don't turn over the basketball, always 2 huge keys in high school hoops.
They're incredible. And free throw shooting, I think, is another one you can really focus on. And that's something that Guerin Catholic does very well, 69% as a squad.
So here we go. We're all set. Peters will jump it for Heritage Christian. We are underway, controlled by Guerin Catholic, into the hands of Sorensen. Left-handed dribble. Defensive pressure right at midcourt. Swings it to Chandler. He's averaging 13 per contest. Dribble drive, looks for a screen. Very patient set here on the first possession for Guerin. Almost steps out of bounds, kicks it back out for 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Great clear out there. But here he is, number 11, Miles Colvin. Dishes it over, air ball, but it's foul from behind. I believe, Sean, that'll be a shooting foul. Jack Cherry with his first foul after missing the 3 on the other end.
I would have loved to have seen Colvin just take that straight to the bucket. And he had a lane. But, man, did Josh Holba clear out people twice on the other end for Guerin Catholic, which allowed Chandler to come down. I'll be watching that quite a bit tonight.
So Cherry commits his first foul. Inbound pass comes back out to Colvin. Right-handed dribble. Double team. We might see this a lot tonight. Dribbles out of it. And a foul. So it looks like here early on, Sean, Guerin is going to double team and say, hey, we're going to make somebody else beat us.
And this is actually a good thing for Heritage Christian as that foul's on Holba. They're seeing right now how the referee is going to call it. So they're really going to force the issue. 2 quick fouls already on Guerin Catholic. Get them in foul trouble and shooting free throws early is a good thing.
So Colvin off the screen, thinks about the 3. Now he will step back, fire at nothing but the bottom of the net for the first bucket of the contest. goes to Miles Colvin, the senior, with the first 3 of the night.
You can see why he's going to go to West Lafayette next year.
That's we know Coach Painter loves to see that, a guy with confidence, square you up, get those shoulders straight towards the rim and fire that 3. We got a ball on the court. So somebody on the JV is going to be running laps in the morning. We got a basketball on the court. So we'll reset a minute into this game. Guerin Catholic with their second possession here. They will inbound at 6:53 to go in the first quarter.
You know, it's interesting seeing Miles Colvin right now. You know, it's different in person. You see him in person. That young man is put together. Looks like he's maybe lost some weight from last year, but he can still get it done.
Left-handed dribble popped out. Jack Cherry, second 3-ball attempt of the night. This is the first one that goes. And both teams have answered each other with back-to-back threes. 3-3 here early on.
That is the nature of the game today, right?
Drive and kick, and we talked about
Shoot
it, right?
for the 3, yeah.
And we've seen it now. If you're going to hit the threes, you're going to hit the threes. But a lot of it leads to fast break opportunities, which we saw in that first possession. Heritage with the basketball. A miss, a rebound by Doss. Doss dishes it to Wiggins, and Wiggins is on the board with his first 2 points with the layup off the backboard.
That's what they want Wiggins to do, clean up that stuff down in the blocks.
Yeah, Doss finds to the outside, or excuse me, Chandler. Chandler dishes it down low, power dribble, and yeah, definitely a foul there as the pump fake gets Peters in the air. I believe Peters commits the foul, and Holba got him up in the air. It will not be a shooting foul.
That's interesting.
But it looks like they're going to call it after the shot, which from here doesn't make sense, but you know what? I'm not a referee.
Holba is so big, I'm surprised he didn't launch Peters up into the stratosphere.
Cherry outside, swings it back over. Sorensen has it, dishes it up top, pump fake. Dribble drive, spin move, dishes it to Holba, and that's going to be a goaltending. So a great extra pass there, Sean, leads to the bucket on the goaltend.
Nice little drive and dish, dropping that dime down to Holba, who cleared up some space. You could see Chandler kind of create some distance with his forearm. Referee's kind of let that go, which allowed him to get that nice dish to Holba.
So Doss handles it, looks for the screen, gets it. Stop, pop, jump shot, nothing but the bottom of the net. And Heritage back on top, 7-5. So some good looks here by Heritage is what they needed early.
What are these 2-pointers we're seeing, Tony? I don't understand.
Well, if you're Guerin, you like it because you're shooting 60% from inside that arc and only 29% from the 3. Jack Cherry with both 3-point attempts here. Here's a drive up and block, so a big block there by Peters leads to the fast break, up and under off the glass. No good. Allmeyer misses it, and the refs will talk about it, and I believe it'll stay here with. He called Heritage Christian basketball, but they're going to give it to Guerin. So
I guess they're saying Wiggins touched it, but he didn't think he did, which is why he didn't go after it.
So a little confusion on this end. Nonetheless, Guerin will look to answer. They trail by 2.
Heritage likes the ball pressure.
Sorensen back up top. Chandler with it, looks for Cherry. Cherry wants another 3. He's already taken 2. 1 for 2 from the field so far. Back to Chandler. Chandler looks for Holba, now slows it down, gets a screen. Back up top, power dribble. Going to throw up a floater, and he's going to barely hit the rim, and it's rebounded, and then a foul committed. So you just don't want that. You force a shot, you're frustrated, then you commit a turnover 82 feet from the basket. That's just something, you commit the foul 82 feet from the basket by Dylan Morans.
That's why coaches lose their hair.
Yeah,
you know that stuff kind of drives you crazy. But you know, one of the things they've seen so far, Guerin has, is when they get down low into the basket. You know, the cleaner Peters has come in and he's made his presence known, so they know if they're going to score down in the blocks, they got to get it up and over him.
So Morans with the miss, followed by the foul. That's 3 fouls on Guerin, 1 on Heritage. Here, 4:33 remaining in the first quarter. Plenty of hoop left to be played here as Heritage, biggest lead so far of 3. Excuse me. So Heritage with the ball. Stop, pop 3 by Doss off the rim. No good. Great box out there. And Guerin Catholic controls it. Sorensen has it. Swings into the corner. Wide open Cherry. In and out, no good. And the rebound corralled by Wiggins. And the Purdue commit Miles Colvin. Dishes it to Doss. Doss back to Colvin. He'll fire it. Man in his face. No worries. Short. Jack Cherry with the rebound. He's got a man. He'll take it coast to coast. Up, under. Dishes. Cherry steps back from out of bounds, and he will reset the offense here for Guerin Catholic. Sorensen. And will they call it a travel? They will. So he kind of just got stuck in no man's land trying to get rid of the basketball there and commits the turnover.
And there was the defense of Miles Coleman coming into play there, getting up and making Cherry go up and under and not try and get a layup, or he would have had that swatted, to downtown Indianapolis by Colvin.
So Doss checks out for Heritage Christian. Isaac Wilson will see his first action. Colvin with the basketball. Gets a screen from Wiggins. They'll play a one-man game. Attempts a three. He is blocked. And Jack Cherry and Guerin Catholic off to the races. He'll go coast to coast. And he is stuffed at the rim. A big block there. And it's going to lead to an outlet pass up under. Left-handed layup by Allmeyer. And he's got his first bucket of the afternoon on the left-handed layup. Heritage pushes the advantage to 4.
Nice fast break. Getting out quick and getting the passes for an easy look from Allmeyer with the left hand.
Sorensen, power dribble. Tries to dish it off to Holba. Holba spins around. Cherry to the right side. Looks three ball, nothing but the bottom of the net. So the three ball flying here for Guerin Catholic. I believe that was Sorensen. His jerseys, Sean, tough to read from up here.
Sorensen or Mearns? I'm going to go with Mearns because I think he had darker hair.
Okay, we'll give it to Mearns. Nonetheless, on the answer, Miles Colvin with the power dribble, right-hander off the layup, and Heritage pushes their advantage back to 3.
He's got 5 already. That's where you want him to be.
I believe Guerin 2 of 4 here early from the three-point stripe. Cherry and Mearns have knocked him down. Cherry has it. Cross-court pass. Sorensen fires another 3. Knocks it down. Back-to-back threes for Guerin Catholic. And they've tied it up at 11. And Coach Wallace and Heritage Christian will take a timeout. It's a 30-second. We will stay right here. Industrial Sales Associates has been an electromechanical component manufacturer's representative for Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, and Eastern Tennessee for years. Good luck to all the teams during this sports season. For more information about us, contact Rich at 317-546-1900. Well, we talked about the three-point barrage. We thought it would be Heritage Christian. They've attempted a few, but 3 of 5 to start the game for Guerin Catholic. They've tied it at 11.
Well, in the last one, they had really good ball movement, which allowed them to find the open shooter on the wing, because the help defense from Heritage Christian, you get them spread out a little bit. Yeah. They like that on-ball defense. You just need that little bit of hesitation to get that open spot. But the quick passes, no dribble offense really will get you those open shots.
We'll be interested to see if on the defensive side of things, if Heritage maybe goes to a zone to eliminate those cross-court passes, which has led to a lot of these open looks and these open threes that have gone in. They've hit 3 of them so far. Colvin has it, left-handed dribble, forces it up off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, power dribble, tries a dish into Colvin, gets hit by the rim, and the rebound is corralled by Guerin. Cherry has it.
Yeah, Colvin just can't force the issue. He's got to get his teammates involved.
Exactly, yeah. Man-to-man here so far on this defensive possession. Guerin has the basketball. Another 3-ball launched on the right side, and that one goes in. Lucas Parker getting in on the action, and it's a quick 6-0 run. And Guerin, with 3 straight possessions of knocking down 3 balls, they lead at 14-11.
They have 4 threes and 1 2-point basket so far.
This is the team that shoots 29% from the 3 and 60% from inside. Here's a dish down, and that's going to be, I think he held up. We're going to have an offensive goaltend, if not mistaken. So a nice pass. Luke Peters goes up, goes for the dunk, misses it, tries to hold on to the rim to get it to spin in like we would do with your kids or my nephews on the Nerf rim.
Yes.
But it bounces out, so offensive goaltending. And Guerin Catholic will look to add to this 3-point lead.
Once you see that's not going down, you got to let go and try and grab that rebound. But, Peters just got caught in a bad spot there. So they really got to get a stop here defensively.
So last 3 possessions for Guerin have resulted in 3-point makes. Sorensen will try to make it 4. This one off the rim, no good. It's going to be deflected out of bounds, and it'll stay here with Guerin Catholic. So Guerin saying, hey, if you're going to give us these open threes, we're going to take them. It doesn't matter if we're right on the line or from NBA range, as Sorensen launched that from almost the bench.
Well, Coach Wallace had to say, they're only hitting 29%. Let's see what they do. But they've come to play, and they're knocking them down so far.
Inbound pass to Cherry, 2-3 zone. Dish out Cherry. He'll fire another one. That's his third attempt. This one no good. And it'll be Peters going up for the rebound. Sorry, that is
Landon Schnippel.
Landon Schnippel. There you go.
Did we get a foul on that?
So there was a foul.
On Sanders.
Yep. So some substitutions here for Heritage.
Yeah, Colvin's on the bench. I think those last couple possessions where he forced it made Coach Wallace say, come sit by me for a second.
Allmeyer has it. Doss to the right side. Dishes it left side. Back up top goes Allmeyer. He'll go all the way to the rack. Right-hander off the rim, off the backboard, and good. So a nice answer there. As it had been 2.5 minutes since Heritage has scored, they cut this to a 1-point deficit with 35 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
And I get a good defensive possession here.
Chandler has it, gets into the lane, stops, pops, dishes it down low, pump fake, and he is hammered and will go to the line for 2. So a nice extra pass there. We've seen that multiple times here by Guerin Catholic, and that will put Julian Melendez to the free throw line.
Foul is on Isaac Wilson, his first, team second. And we saw Colvin heading back to the scorer's table.
So with 27 seconds to go, we get our first free throw attempts of this game. First one up and short. So Colvin checks in. Peters will take a breather here with 27.4 left, as Guerin will look to push their advantage to 2 on the second free throw attempt. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound corralled by Heritage. 25 seconds. Colvin will go quick. We'll see if they decide to hold for the last bucket of the quarter. They won't. Colvin kicks it out. 3 balls short. Ball battled around. Guerin has it with 15 seconds to go. They are on the run. Melendez has it. Dishes it back up top. Chandler will reset with 8 seconds to go. He'll look to go one-on-one. Left-handed dribble gets by. Floater. And it goes in. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And that's how the quarter will end. So a nice little run there by Guerin Catholic to push their advantage to 3 after 1 from Heritage Christian High School. Guerin Catholic with a 16-13 advantage. We'll be back right after this. You're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Through 1 quarter here at Heritage Christian, it's been a barrage of 3 balls on both sides. Guerin with a 16-13 advantage after 1. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll with you. Friday night hoops here on IndianaSRN. This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the IHSAA for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, audio without express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Quick turnover off the bat here as Guerin Catholic with the steal. Jack Cherry has it. Sean will get some stats here throughout this second quarter on how the first quarter went. A lot of 3 balls up in the air for Guerin, and that's how they found themselves up 16-13. Quick floater in the lane, off the rim, no good. Rebound corralled by Heritage Christian. They will look to set up here with Colvin out there. Allmeyer with the basketball. Colvin, power dribble left hand, thinks twice about it. He's double teamed. Step back jumper, air ball, thought he was fouled. And as you mentioned, Sean, a key for this one is going to be Colvin getting good looks but not forcing those jump shots.
He is, and one thing about Guerin Catholic, 6 different players have scored for them so far.
So Cherry drives, gets out of it, dishes it back outside to Murrens. Murrens forces the shot but gets it to go, and Guerin up 5, their largest lead of the evening.
First guy with 2 buckets for Guerin Catholic.
There's a quick steal on the outset. Chandler coast to coast to the left hand, and just like that, it's a quick run, a 5-0 run to start the quarter. Excuse me, a 4-0 run to start the quarter, and it's 20-13 Guerin.
Guerin doing what we're used to seeing Heritage Christian do. Great on-ball defense, cause a turnover, which leads to easy offense. Now, Heritage needs to settle down and get a good shot here.
And you can see the frustration on Doss. Nobody's moving around. Nobody's setting screens. Everybody's just kind of waiting for Miles Colvin to get the ball and do something. Colvin looks for a screen. Back up top, it goes to Allmeyer. Allmeyer will take it himself. Pull-up jump shot from the arc. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, it'll be a foul on the rebound. Guerin Catholic will take the basketball back, leading by 7.
I think it's going to be on 22, Cole Loudon, his first, team third. And Colvin's not even able to get down in the blocks to rebound on their offensive set. So it's kind of a problem that he has been known to have those games where just kind of you're at a mystery, like why aren't things going his way? And so far, this looks like one of those games. He's got to snap out of it.
Drive kicked back out to Jack Cherry, averaging 5 assists per contest. He had a layup, thinks twice about it, kicks it back out for the 3, no good. Offensive rebound too hard off the glass, and it is controlled by Heritage. Back up on the fast break, floater in the lane, and he gets it to go. So just like that, a quick answer there, and it is Schnippel.
Still wasn't the greatest shot, but it went down. They're not getting really good looks.
Sorensen, another 3 ball. This one off the rim. No good. Rebound. Batted around. Controlled by Heritage. Sean, give me some of those 3-point stats there in that first quarter for Guerin, a team that only shoots 29% from 3.
They've got 4. Cherry, Sorensen, Parker, and Murrins all with 1.
And just like that, a wide open lane. You see why he's going to Purdue. Colvin with the 2-hand jam hangs on the rim. And a nice little run there. It's 20-17 as Heritage cuts this down to a 3-point deficit.
You did that on purpose to make me look at my books and I missed it, right?
Guerin with the basketball and the 3-point lead. They led by as many as 7. It was 20-13 a minute ago. Nice little 4-0 run here by Heritage. Good defensive pressure, Sorensen. And we'll have a timeout called by Guerin Catholic. And it'll be a full timeout. We will take it with them with 4:54 left here in the first half. Guerin with a 20-17 advantage over Heritage Christian. You're watching high school basketball right here on IndianaSRN.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
High school basketball here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll with you. 4:54 remaining in the first half. Sean, here's your boy, Miles Colvin, dribble drive, and hammers it home.
He finds space, and if he does, forget about it. Paint master, he's taking some orange with him, as he always does.
And that second move, right? You get to the lane, but that second step gets him the space that he needs to go up.
Yeah, and he just saw the guy in the lane turn the other way to look towards the shooter, and that gave him all the space he needed to get up there and rock the rim.
So after a 6-0 run by Guerin, Heritage matches with a 4-0 run to cut at the 3, and Holba, another bucket down low. That's his second from the left side. Easy laying.
He just kind of sneaks in down there under the basket, and everybody finds him, and nobody's guarding him.
Doss has it, waits for the screen, dribbles, power move, jump step, floater, splashes it home from the paint. 22-19 now the advantage for Guerin Catholic as Heritage with an answer. Back and forth so far. Sean, one team has tried to get a little bit of a run going. There has been an answer on both sides so far in this one. In the lane, Holba, pump fake, kicks it back out. 3 ball in the air off the back rim, no good. And Colvin goes up, rips the rebound down, pushes it forward. And Guerin will look to set up their defense here as Colvin is ready to take over this one after that dunk, as we know.
Yeah, a lot of the possessions for Heritage Christian seem to be like, all right, one guy gets the ball, and let's see what we can create on offense.
Here's a screen. Colvin looks. Power dribble left. Double team. Kicks it back out. Schnipple has it. Back looks. Oh, miscommunication. Doss bails him out. And they'll reset the offense with 3:30 remaining in the first half. Doss stutters. Shoots it off the rim. No good. Offensive rebound. Corralled. Kicked out to Colvin. Colvin going to go 1-on-2. Looks for the open man. Cross-court pass. It's caught by Wiggins. Wiggins goes up with the right hand, but misses. And Sorensen is there for Guerin to snag the rebound. Sorensen, dribble drive, deflected, but it ends up in the hands of Murrens, and Murrens misses the gimme. And Colvin, no call here, was looking for somebody to bail him out. They're going to let him play. I like it. Jack Cherry tries to set up the offense here. Holba, sneaky again. Had a good look, thought twice about it. Kicks it back out to Chandler. Chandler back down to Holba. Holba just going to use his body off the backboard, no good. Schnipple has it up court. Finds Wiggins. Wiggins, one power dribble up and in, and it's a 1-point game as Heritage gets the coast-to-coast layup.
I don't like the body language I'm seeing from Colvin. I really don't.
Seems like he's frustrated having to go double team. Cherry kicks it. Chandler, 3, rim, no good. Colvin with the rebound. See what he looks to do here. Pushes it to Doss. Doss thinks about the 3, keeps his dribble, finds Colvin up top. Colvin, NBA range, 3-ball, short. And you're right, the body language just seems he's a little bit decimated here. Chandler in the double team, up under, uses the rim as a third defender. And Colvin could have been there for the block. He wasn't.
Yeah.
And Guerin gets the layup to push that advantage back up to 3 with just under 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
Like you said, Chandler took it up under the bucket, but Colvin was right there and could have rejected it, but didn't.
Doss has it, swings. Parker back to Doss. Back screen. Doss looks, kicks it to Wiggins. Wiggins cross court, finds Parker. Parker fires a 3, splashes it home, and we're tied at 24. So another 3-ball here. This time it's Lucas Parker with the 3.
Is that 14?
I have Lucas Parker on mine.
I'm
sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, Daniel Green with the 3. Sometimes you get those confused.
That happens, man.
Too many Eagles in the building, Sean, I can tell you that. So Guerin with the basketball tied up.
I can use my age at least as an excuse.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to use the winter fog as my excuse. So
That
foul
works, that
here
works.
with 1:08 to go. Definitely was looking at the wrong one.
That's on Colvin.
So he commits his first foul. He will take a seat as well, it looks like, with 1:08 to go. Kind of what we saw at the end of the first quarter. Try to get him a break there right before half or the end of the quarter. We'll see if he does check back in if there is another dead ball.
You know, it hasn't been very much flow for Heritage Christian, but still they got a tie ball game.
Yeah. Cherry has it. Looks for Holba. Holba gets it. Ball deflected. It'll go out of bounds. So 53 seconds here, you're tied. Heritage has seemed like they've been chasing Guerin this entire quarter. Do you maybe wait, get that clock down to 20 seconds, call timeout, get Colvin back in the game, and look for the last shot?
I think they're going to sit him for the rest of the half and try and run a set here, maybe get Allmeyer a good look from 3.
So Doss has it, and we have I believe he carried it, which he has done multiple times with the basketball here in this first half. This is the first time it's been called. So kind of the palming of the basketball there for Doss commits the turnover, and Guerin will take over with 43.7 seconds to go in the first half.
Again, trying to do too much. You got to stay within yourself and within the offense, and those shots will come.
So Chandler has it, double team, gets out of it all the way to the rack, dishes it, pump fake up and no good, but he is fouled. So Guerin Catholic will go to the free throw line, and that is the 6th team foul for Heritage. Not that it will matter with 34 seconds, but Colvin will check back into the game for the final offensive possession here for Heritage.
You cannot double team Chandler at the 10-second line and let him get all the way to the rim that easily. It just can't happen.
So Ty Sanders will go to the line for the first time this evening, rattles that first one home.
You saw Wiggins come late to try and help out there, and that left an open space, which got them this foul on the shot because Chandler just stuck with it and took it right to the rack.
So Sanders looking to push this lead to 2. Free throw up and good. 34 seconds to go. Guerin with the 2-point lead, 26-24. Doss with the basketball. We'll see if Heritage decides to go for the last bucket of the half. Colvin in the corner. Doss has it. Wiggins sets the screen. Doss power dribble, steps back, dishes it, and now Colvin will look to take over. Kicks it back out to Doss. 17 seconds on the clock. Doss sees it, slows it back up. Colvin wants the basketball, and Guerin commits the foul. That's their 5th.
Is that on Chandler? Yep. That is his first.
So Chandler commits the foul. And we'll see what they run out of the out-of-bounds set here. Wiggins will inbound it.
They're going to get straight to Colvin, yeah.
Yep. Colvin has it, and he'll go one-on-one. 8 seconds remaining. Looks for a screen. Wiggins sets it. Power dribble. Double team, step back 3, top of the key, short, no good. And that's how the first half will end. Guerin Catholic with a 26-24 lead over Heritage Christian at intermission. Aspen Creek. Feel like treating someone special to a delicious meal from Aspen Creek Grill? Next time you come in for dinner, buy some gift cards to share with your friends. Aspen Creek Grill has great food. Be sure to try our powwow shrimp. Aspen Creek is located in Noblesville, Indiana. 26-24 your halftime score here, Sean. Kind of on average offensively for both teams. But we have seen both Guerin and Heritage go on runs to push that lead. But it seems like every time Guerin scores or pushes the tempo, Heritage has had a great answer.
They have. I just think that, Heritage, in terms when they've gotten some good looks offensively, it's been on a fast break. It hasn't been then in the offensive sets. Seem very choppy and discombobulated, if you will, on offense. Luckily, they've had some opportunities on defense to create fast break points, which has allowed them to stay into it. Guerin's doing a really good job moving the basketball, finding open shooters, and they've done pretty decent shooting the 3 ball so far this first half.
Guerin Catholic up 2 at halftime over Heritage Christian. Ref Reps is designed in partnership with numerous state high school associations, helping officials to hone their skills and promote unity in the officiating world. Ref Reps is for the new official as well as the seasoned veteran. Contact us today at refreps.com. Halftime show coming up. Myself and Sean will join you right after that with some first half stats and keys to the second half. At recess here on IndianaSRN, it's Guerin Catholic with a 26-24 advantage over Heritage Christian. You're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN. I looked over and read the wrong.
Today, greed, selfish interest, and barefaced corruption seem all the fashion. America needs great men of tolerance who can give honest debate to the great issues of the day. I've seen mostly squabbling, men squandering their time, being wolves to one another. Yet, I'm not without hope. We still have Freemasonry. Yes, the same Freemasons that helped create this country have always provided great men when needed. And today, in every city and town in America, Freemasonry is still providing that special place where young men can find their greatness and accomplished men can give something back. Yes, in this time of great hope, it is my hope that America will see that Freemasonry is a national treasure that cannot be separated from our country's future.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
I am Heritage.
Heritage Christian.
We are Heritage.
I am heritage.
We are heritage.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to Pure Spirits. to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Halftime here from Heritage Christian High School, where Guerin Catholic on the road clings on to a 26-24 advantage. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll with you. Greg Smith, our on-site producer, and Brad Pressler bringing you the images here this evening. And Sean, back-and-forth contest, but what we didn't expect was a three-ball barrage by Guerin Catholic, and that's kind of what we saw to open things up in the first quarter.
Yeah, they had 4 threes in the first quarter, then didn't have any in the second quarter as the defense of Heritage Christian really kind of took that away. But they got a lot of close looks, especially from Josh Holba, although they had 7 different players score for Guerin Catholic in the first half.
And if you're Heritage Christian, it's been a frustrating evening so far, to say the least, for Miles Colvin.
It has, and yet somehow he still leads all scores with 7 points. Yeah. He had 5 in the first quarter and 2 in the second. They've gotten
that big dunk.
Yeah,
in the second.
They got the big 3 ball from Daniel Green there in the second quarter. Everything else has come from the starters, with the exception of 1-2 ball from Landon Schnippel. I'm interested to see what kind of defense both teams play coming out of the break.
So Guerin Catholic will have it first. Jack Cherry takes the inbound. See what their first set is here. A little confusion almost as Cherry looks to the sideline. Dish it off. Swung back up top. Chandler.
Kind of looks like a little matchup zone maybe.
Chandler has it. Does look like a little matchup zone here. As now Cherry guarded by Colvin. He wants nothing to do with that. I can't blame him. Chandler, and he steps out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover, and Heritage Christian will take over for the first time here in the second half. Sportsmanship is the fair and generous behavior and treatment of others. Be a good sport and respect our coaches, players, officials, and fans. IndianaSRN and the Indiana State Officials Association knows sportsmanship begins with you.
You, Tony.
Yeah, first possession. Doss, step back jumper. Around the rim, no good. Wiggins corrals the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out to reset.
Boy, that's to get up in the air and be like, uh-oh, I don't know where I'm at.
Wiggins again, and this one falls off the rim, no good on an air ball.
Oh, I thought he made it.
Looked like it went in. Did not go in. Turnover and cleaned up by Colvin on the slam.
That's what we want to see. Miles Colvin attacking the rim on shots he's not taking for opportunities just like that.
So Wiggins with the air ball, the immediate turnover, missed layup, and Colvin dunks it home. Here's a quick answer for Guerin, but it falls short. And Heritage will reset with the basketball. Dylan Doss up top.
Maybe it's that end of the floor, because that wasn't a very good shot by Morans either.
So Doss looks to go one-on-one, gets a screen from Wiggins, thinks twice about the 3, keeps going. A little scoop up and under off the backboard. And it's a quick 4-0 run to start the second half here. Heritage finds themselves back up now for the first time since early on in that second quarter. They lead 28-16.
That was a little scoop move like Steph Curry. Hold it out there, take it high off the glass.
Cherry has it, looks for Sorensen. Sorensen back to Cherry, back to Chandler. Chandler picks up his dribble, and he traveled. It was not called. Murrens has it to Sorensen. Sorensen, lefty dribble. Back up top, all the way to the rim, up and under, fouled, and one, put him on the line. A nice little up and under move there by Dylan Morans.
That was a nice move, but man, oh man, it started off pretty frenetic for Guerin Catholic. They're lucky they kept possession.
So Isaac Wilson will check into the game. Wiggins will check out after a sporadic possession there where he missed.
That's the second on Peters.
The Ann wanted up and good, so substitutions coming here on both sides of the basketball. 29-28 Heritage.
Nice job there, Murrens. He set the pick, but then flashed off of it and got the look down low on the blocks for the N1.
So Doss has the basketball. A lot of standing around again here offensively for Heritage Christian. Doss going to go one-on-one, gets a screen. Tries to dish it down low, finds the open man, caught, and he is fouled in the air. That is Luke Peters. So the the basketball got there about a second short from him going up and having an easy layup. Nonetheless, the pump fake gets him in the air, fouled, and Peters will go to the free throw line.
Second on Holba. Peters is yet to get in the scorebook.
First free throw up, off the front of the rim, rolls around and in.
I will never understand how basketball players can wear low-top shoes.
No, I would agree with you on that one. I think it's maybe a generation thing.
It must be.
I've got to have some kind of ankle protection.
Yes.
So both free throws good to tie it back up at 29. Guerin to the basketball. Jack Cherry has it, finds Chandler. Chandler going to dribble drive to the rim, stops, kicks it out. Sorensen, pump fake. Back up top, Chandler. Chandler looking for Cherry. Cherry has it. Guarded by Colvin. Swing pass. Left side. 3-ball in the air. Splash. Nothing but the bottom of the net for the 3. And it's a nice answer there by Guerin as they push it to a 2-point advantage, 32-29. 32-30 is the score. Quick putback, no good there, and Guerin with the rebound. Sorensen has it, finds Chandler.
Yeah, that was Murns with the 3.
Yeah, Murns with the 3. Holba, double team, dribbles out of it. Kicks it out, Sorensen. Dribbles, corner 3-ball. And this one goes again. And another splashdown. I believe that was Lucas Parker on the 3. And Guerin Catholic finding that 3-point rhythm like they did in the first quarter. They knocked down back-to-back to push it to a 5-point lead. Timeout on the court. We'll take it with them. 35-30, the advantage for Guerin Catholic with 4:42 remaining in the third quarter. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
A back and forth third quarter here. Heritage Christian took the lead on a 5-2 run, but it's been Guerin Catholic ever since. Back-to-back 3-balls. In fact, their last 9 points have came via either the 3-pointer or the and one to push their advantage to 5-30. Dylan Moran's there, Sean. A 3-point play and then just answers with a 3-ball.
Yeah, he's had a great start to this third quarter, and it seems like there's so many times we look at Heritage Christian and they seem confused about something. Yeah.
So Heritage with the basketball up top, and it is stolen. Sorensen with the steal, coast to coast, stutter step up and under, and he stepped on the line with the basketball. So he went for the up and under, was blocked, and the ball just came right back to him as he landed out of bounds. So Heritage, great defense on the way back there, dodges a bullet, and they'll get the basketball back looking to cut into this 5-point advantage.
Loudon came out. He made up for it because he made the bad pass for the steal, but then he's the one that prevented the basket on the other end. I think Miles Colvin may have had blood or something on his jersey, which is why it took him so long to come out of the timeout.
So Colvin looks for the inbound after just checking in, and he is fouled immediately. That's the third foul, I believe, on Guerin Catholic here in the third quarter.
And that's the second on Jack Cherry. And boy, Coach Allen has to watch out. He was way out there.
He's still upset as we get a good look at it here.
He's like, why didn't my guy get the foul on the attempted layup, and then you're going to call that?
Full court pressure from Guerin. Doss gets it across the timeline. Colvin gets a screen from Wiggins. They don't see him. Dribble drive to the right side, kick back up, and is stolen. Chandler with the steal. And he is fouled by Doss. And that is another foul here on Guerin.
That's Doss's first.
foul on Heritage.
And the passes so far this half just have not been good for Heritage Christian.
So Guerin will slow it down. Chandler with the basketball. 5-point advantage. Left side dribble to the corner, kicks it back out. Chandler looks for Cherry. He'll pitch it over to him.
Back to man-to-man defense for Heritage.
Yep. Chandler guarded by Doss. Right-handed dribble, looks, thinks twice about it, goes all the way to the rim, and it is deflected on the block. Holba goes for it. Looked like it was off on Holba. They'll call it, and it will stay with Guerin, but a nice block there on the right side by Lucas Parker, but Guerin Catholic will maintain possession.
I'm keeping my mouth shut on that one.
Sportsmanship is the name of the game. It's
there you
fair
go.
and generous behavior, a treatment of others.
Officially human.
So Guerin on the inbound pass, dishes down low. Might have been a travel. They're going to give him a foul. And back to the free throw line goes the man of the hour. That's Dylan Morans for a 2-shot foul.
And if that's on Peters, that's his third. It is his third.
His third, so he'll probably check out of this contest for a little bit. Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe is a new spot for breakfast or lunch, open Wednesday through Sunday. Try our classic breakfast and our sweet baked goods located in Lawrence. Coach recommends the Sloppy Joe with extra pickles for a great lunch. Check them out, 6427 Oakland Road, 317-760-1640. So Morans hits the first free throw, 7 points on the quarter, Sean.
Yeah, 12 for the game, which is it's only averaging 8.8 coming in, so you got a big contribution from him tonight.
With a make here, Guerin will have a 7-point advantage for the second time this game.
Jinx.
Announcers jinx. Yeah. Off the back iron, no good. And Heritage will look to cut this lead possibly in half, trailing 36-30. They led 30-29. It's been a 7-0 run. Up and under, lost it, but still goes for Heritage. So a layup there to cut it to 4.
Well, Cherry is just, he's finding out what flavor gum Miles Colvin is when he's on defense, just all over.
Chandler to the rack. Hezzy off the backboard, good, and a quick answer there by Chandler, and Guerin pushes their advantage back to 6.
2 guys swatting at it, still got it up and over.
So Schnipple had that layup on the other end where it almost looked like it flew out of his hand and happened to just fall. Colvin finds Doss down low. Doss kicks it back out. Step back 3, blocked. Colvin has it. Up, under, and in. So Colvin with a little bit of energy here on the putback gets the bucket, and it's 38-34.
He's got 11.
11 points to lead Heritage Christian.
Need to get some stops defensively.
Cherry has it. Murren's feeling it. This one's short. And it's Sorensen with the offensive rebound, and Guerin will reset. Chandler has it.
Boy, they just have a nose for the basketball.
Yeah. Chandler behind the back, kicks out. 3 ball in the air from the corner, off the rim, no good. Wiggins corrals the rebound. He'll push the tempo, gets it across the timeline. To the right side, dribble drive, and we're going to have a foul, I do believe. Let's see if they call a foul. And it'll call it out of bounds. So Allmeyer on the drive there. The ball gets pushed out of bounds, and it'll be an under the basket out of bounds play coming up here for Heritage, looking to cut this lead possibly in half or to a 1-point deficit with a 3 ball. Inbound pass.
Got to get it in.
Over the top to Wiggins. Wiggins thinks about it. Now kicks it back up to Colvin. Colvin resets with 2 to play in the third quarter. Colvin says, all right, Mr. Cherry, you and I, one-on-one again. Here's the screen. Hesitation. Goes up, and there is no charge. Colvin was in the air. Ball gets away from him, bounces under the backboard, goes out of bounds.
And I think they say Sorensen knocked it out of his hands, and it was off of him.
I thought that if the ball hit the bottom of the backboard, maybe I'm wrong. Nonetheless, Heritage floats it up. It is stolen. Guerin has it, pushes it to Sorensen. Up and under. He's fouled, and he gets it on the and 1. So an inbound play turnover leads to Robert Sorensen taking it in. A little bit of a hesitation, gets his man in the air, fouled, and he'll go to the line to complete what could be the second and 1 of the quarter for Guerin Catholic.
And Schnipple just got hung out to dry there because of the inbounds pass. And Guerin Catholic is taking advantage of Heritage Christian's mistakes and not vice versa. That's why they're now they have a 7-point lead.
So Sorensen pushes the lead to 7. That's the highest lead so far by any team. Guerin led late in the first quarter by 7. Doss has the basketball, kicks it out. They will, a little miscommunication here, and it's stolen again by Guerin. That's the 5th turnover for Heritage in the quarter. Sorensen has it, kicks it out to Chandler. Chandler will slow it up with 1:30 to play.
Terry's going to need a breather because he's been all over.
Wiggins with what could have been an intentional foul was certainly meaning the foul there. That is the 5th Heritage foul. I don't know what so that's Wiggins' 2nd. I don't know what the intention of the foul was there. But not a smart one because that was certainly intentional. I mean, he gave him a hug. So Chandler with the basketball, kicks it to Cherry.
Cherry's got great conditioning in his first game back because he's been guarding Wiggins one-on-one the whole time.
Cherry back up top, Chandler. Chandler will slow it down. Minute to go here in the third quarter. Guerin with a 41-34 advantage. Double team picked up, down low. Nice pass, a little too low, and we'll have a possible jump ball. And it will be. So we'll see where the possession arrow lies, and it will stay, I believe it'll go to Heritage Christian on the jump ball. So 57 seconds remaining. Full court pressure here for Guerin with a 7-point advantage.
And again, you can see the frustration by Colvin as he got the jump ball, but frustration slamming the ball out of bounds. Lucky he didn't pull a Judd Heathcote there and have it come back and hit him in the face.
So Colvin has it back up top. Wiggins thinks about it. Pump fake. Doss, right side. Cross-court pass. Power dribble, stop, kick out. Back down. Colvin has the height advantage. Now he's double-teamed. Cross-court, 3-ball in the air, and it's good. So Allmeyer there with the bucket on a nice pass from Colvin out to the double-team, and it's a 4-point advantage for Guerin.
I see where Colvin's getting frustrated because Jack Cherry is in his jersey, and he's asking, like, what? You're letting him get away with everything.
So Cherry has it. Colvin will guard him, and they're going to call a foul here. And that is the 6th foul in the quarter for Heritage Christian.
It's the 2nd on Colvin. He's like, you're going to guard me that way? I'm going to guard you that way.
So 12 seconds remaining in the third. Heritage going to have to be disciplined here because Guerin Catholic going to go to the free throw line plenty in the fourth quarter if they continue what they've done here in the third quarter.
And we've talked about how good a free throw shooting team they are, Tony. 69% as a team.
And they've made many trips this quarter and capped off a few and ones. Dish up top. Cherry with the air ball. Sorensen grabs it but misses the layup, and that's how the third quarter will end. So Heritage knocks down to 3 to cut the lead down to 4 after 3 here from Heritage Christian on IndianaSRN. Guerin with a 41-37 advantage. Exciting fourth quarter coming up for you right here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Start of the fourth quarter, Guerin Catholic with a 41-37 advantage over the home Heritage Christian Eagles. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll, Brad Pressler, and Greg Smith with you. 12 of the 14 points there, Sean, in the third quarter for Guerin Catholic via the 3-ball or via the and one.
Yeah, and Heritage is in a tough spot too because next foul, is going to put Guerin Catholic in the bonus, and Guerin only has 2 fouls this half. That's a huge advantage.
And as you mentioned, Guerin Catholic, a pretty good free throw shooting team all around.
And we got a little zone here with Miles Colvin at the top. This is an interesting move by Coach Wallace.
So look to break it. Cherry kicks it out. Sorensen steps into a 3. splashes it home. So a lot of threes on the board here for Guerin Catholic in this one. And right off the bat, they push it to a 7-point advantage.
When they need a bucket, it seems the three seems to be open, and they're knocking them down.
So they had a barrage of 3 balls in the first, slowed it down, cooled off there in the second. They picked it back up in the third with 2 of them, and they start the fourth quarter here with a 3 off the bat to push it to a 7-point game. Wiggins has it, kicks it back up to Doss. Doss swings the snipple. He looks for Colvin, lobs it up to him. Colvin will go up and get it. One-on-one, power move, and he is fouled. Jack Cherry did not agree with it. That's his third, so right on cue. We want to thank Pat Cherry Insurance. We suggest you contact his team for all of your insurance needs. Family, car, business, and home. An insurance company to serve you. Contact them today, 317-894-7000. Got a chance to meet Pat a few weeks ago right after Thanksgiving. And we'll have some substitutions here for Heritage Christian.
The cleaner, Luke Peters, back in for.
And I believe he was in foul trouble and been on the bench for a while. Off the inbound play, 3 ball in the air short. And just like that, Chandler off and running, dishes it to Chandler. Chandler goes up, no foul called. Sorensen was looking for a foul, did not get it as both players ended up on the floor, and it'll stay here with Guerin.
Yeah, Sorensen's looking for the charge. Allmeyer's looking for the block, and nothing happened there.
So Cherry will inbound it. Looking. And I believe we're going to have a timeout. Guerin will see if it's a 30-second or a full. If it is a 30, which it is, we will keep it here. Jack's Donuts is great donuts made and served fresh every day, plus great tasting coffee. Stop by Jack's Donuts at 9105 East 56th Street or a Jack's in your neighborhood. Jack's Donuts, the official donut of IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll here. High school hoops, IndianaSRN, fourth quarter, 7-point game. I think more than anything, Guerin's thinking we got to get to the free throw line. We are the next foul, we're in the 1-and-1. You got to be disciplined and play disciplined defense here for Heritage.
You do, and this is also an instance where it might be point forward in Miles Colvin. You think Guerin might also try and have some pressure if they get to the free throw line, make some free throws. They're going to try and get the ball into Colvin and try and let him work from that point on. But Cherry's just been fantastic tonight defensively.
Yeah. And you got to think about at some point Colvin's going to want to take this basketball game over, and he hasn't been able to because, like you said, Cherry's been doing a great job on defense, but they've also double-teamed him from the get-go and said somebody else is going to beat us tonight.
They've gotten a lot. Cherry's gotten a lot of help defensively.
So Cherry gets it into Sorensen, who will reset back up to the top. 6:40 to play. Guerin with a 7-point lead. Next foul for Heritage will put Guerin on the line for the 1-and-1. Cherry has it, left-handed dribble, guarded up top by Wiggins. There's a screen by Holba. Holba rolls off. Cherry keeps the basketball.
They switch there because now Peters is on Cherry.
So Sorensen has it. Looks to get some space. Great defense there by Doss. And they're going to slow it up here. Time is of the essence here with 6 minutes to go. And they're not going to settle for anything other than a good look.
Clock is their best friend.
So here's the double team. Sorensen dribbles out of it, dishes it over. Chandler had a good look at a 3, thinks twice about it, and now it's could become a timing game as Cherry goes to the rack, dishes it to Holba. Holba spins out to Sorensen. Sorensen launches a 3, nothing but the bottom of the net, and it's a 10-point advantage for Guerin, their largest lead of the evening at 47-37.
They're pulling out the hammers now, looking for those nails. My goodness, that was a great possession from Guerin Catholic and a dagger from Sorensen.
So you tick off about 1 minute and 12 seconds off the clock, and you finish it with the 3. Heritage goes quick, steps into the jump shot, but it is short. So Allmeyer with the air ball, and Guerin, maybe it was calling that deflect.
Peters somehow threw it off of his foot.
Yeah. So a nice save there, and Heritage will hold on, but you got to go quick, and you got to think the ball is going to go through Colvin's hands here.
He's going to inbound it, so let's see what kind of play they've got drawn up here.
Dishes it up top. Wiggins will come back to Colvin. Colvin looked for the jumper, didn't get it. Now he'll force a fadeaway, and it'll roll off the rim. No good. Holba onto the ground. Wiggins corrals the offensive rebound, puts it in off the glass, and it's an 8-point lead.
It's their first bucket here in the fourth quarter after 2 threes by Sorensen.
And I believe that's only their 4th point off the second chance opportunity. Here's the double team. Guerin with the basketball and time on their side. The next foul by Heritage will put Guerin on to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Chandler has it, looks for Cherry. Cherry will slow it down, guarded by Wiggins. Wiggins will put some pressure on. Cherry to the rack. Stops, might have traveled, dishes it to Holba. Holba power dribble, and he misses everything but the backboard, and it's a defensive rebound, and Heritage and Colvin pushing it, trailing by 8. Stutter step up off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound. Cherry falls on top of Peters, but Peters grabs the offensive rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball here. I thought there was possibly a foul there, but they are going to call a jump ball. It will, however, stay here with Heritage.
Man, they've let Guerin get away with a lot of contact tonight on Colvin.
So Colvin will inbound it after the defensive stop. So you need stops and you need buckets here for Heritage with 4:30 remaining. Power dribble, up and under, layup no good. Another offensive rebound, this time corralled by Luke Peters off the glass and good. It's a 4-point run off of the offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities. Guerin with the basketball. Right side, swings to the left.
It's the dairy section. They're going to milk it.
Yep. Colvin dishes, kick out, 3-ball, no good. And another stop as Doss corrals the rebound.
I can't believe they shot it.
Doss has it. He'll go all the way, and it's going to be a block. It'll be a block. I don't think he was in the act of shooting quite yet, so it'll be an inbound pass. But that was a bang-bang call, and the call will go for Heritage, and they will maintain possession on a 4-0 run. They got down 10 at 47-37. Back-to-back second chance putbacks for Heritage has cut this to 6. They can cut it in half with a 3-ball, or with a bucket, cut it back down to 4.
That's Sorensen's first, and yeah, you're right. I was thinking the same thing. It's a 3-ball here would be huge for Heritage Christian, but you just want a good shot and you want to make. You got to keep this rolling.
So Peters inbounds it to Colvin. Colvin has it.
Got to get it inbounds first.
It's good to have some of that. Peters takes it right back. Good look at a jump shot, but off the back rim, no good. Cherry has the rebound, and Guerin will slow it up here with 3:45 remaining. Colvin will look for the steal. Cherry gets it across the timeline. 1-on-1. Cherry looking, dribbles out of it, looks, dishes it. Nice power dribble, drive, blocked. Peters with the block, and here comes the Eagles of Heritage Christian. Doss has it, looks for Wiggins. Wiggins down low to Peters, forced it, ball battled around, back into Peters' hands, up, under, and no good, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Peters is the cleaner on both ends.
So 4 offensive rebounds here in this fourth quarter over the last 5 possessions for Heritage, and Peters will go to the line with a chance to cut this to a 4-point game.
First foul on Lewis Parker.
And great defense here, Sean, for Heritage. You know, they've had 6 fouls since about 1:42 to go in that third quarter. They haven't fouled since. They've done a great job of getting stops, rebounding, and then getting second chance looks here on the offensive side of things as Peters lines up the first free throw in and out, no good.
And Peters has been a huge part of that.
Yeah. 4 of the points this quarter have been on putbacks from Peters.
He had 3 fouls, which is why he sat so long, and now time has come. He's got to play the rest of the way.
Things have certainly changed for Heritage, and he back down. And that one, I believe, rimmed out, no good. And Guerin with the basketball. So they dodge a bullet there with both free throws falling off the rim. Chandler has it, 3 minutes to go, and really here, Sean, time becomes of the essence. They'll go quick. Chandler kicks it, Sorensen, air ball. Peters has it. Here's the push for Heritage.
I can't believe they're shooting so early.
Yeah, which is opposite of what they did early in the quarter. Power dribble, Wiggins, up, good, and 1. Put him on the line.
Ho, ho, ho. This is interesting. If I'm Coach Bob Allen, I'm taking a TO and saying, take more time off the clock, young
Which,
man.
Sean, is exactly what they did those first 2 possessions of the quarter, and now it's been go, 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 go. It's a full timeout called by Heritage. Wiggins will go to the line for the and 1. You're watching High School Hoops right here on IndianaSRN. We'll be back with an exciting finish right after this.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Well, a big run here for Heritage Christian. They were down 10 at 47-37. Back-to-back putbacks on offensive rebounds. And then a power move for Wiggins gets fouled and won. So in a miss of a 6-0 run here, Heritage Christian will look to cut this to a 3-point game. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll. Guerin needs to slow it down on the offensive end because they are giving more and more possessions to Heritage. And so far in this fourth quarter, they've been taking advantage of it.
They have, and if you look at Guerin Catholic, a lot of those guys look out of gas because Coach Allen hasn't used many subs here in the second half. So Chandler's really got to step up with ball handling to help Cherry and Sorensen.
So full court pressure. They'll go quick, and they'll answer right back on the block. Up and under bucket for Morans, and he will go to the line to try to complete his third, I believe, and one of the contest, and that's the fourth foul on Peters. So that's huge because Peters has brought the energy and has been a huge part of Heritage's comeback here.
That was a great look by Chandler to break the press and find Morans open down on the block, and Peters tried to keep his hands up, but the body got him, and there's another three-point play.
So Morans pushes it home, and now it's 50-44. A 7-3 run. It was a 7-0 run until that and one. Colvin looking for the basketball, does not get it. Doss has it. Cherry doing a great job, as well as Sorensen of playing D. Peters has it, looks for Colvin. He will hand it off to him. Battled around, picked back up by Colvin. He'll dribble it, looks for the three. Step back jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net. And he cuts the lead in half. It's 50-47 amidst a 10-3 run here in this fourth quarter for Heritage. They'll pick up the defense as well. Sorensen has it, looks. Chandler says, let's slow it down. 2 minutes to go.
This Ty Sanders is in now playing defense, number 21 for Guerin Catholic.
So Sanders back in. Colvin guarding Sorensen. Tripped them up a little bit. Cherry will reset. There's nobody on Cherry. Back to Sorensen. Minute 47 to play. 3-point game. Guerin with the basketball. Free throws here on out for both teams. Sorensen dribbles out of it. Great defensive pressure here. Gets it right back on the deflection. That would have been huge for Heritage. Wiggins guarding Cherry. Cherry dribbles it back out. And we have a timeout, Guerin. So, Sean, a minute 28 to go here. If you're Guerin, you don't have to shoot the basketball. Make them foul you. You're going to go to the line for the 1-and-1. If you make the first one, it becomes a two-possession game. Defensively, how aggressive do you play this coming out here for Heritage?
Well, I think it depends on who's on the floor because you look at the free throw percentages. Morans is 71, Chandler 68, Sorensen 85, Cherry 71. And at the time, Sanders was on the floor. He's only 1 of 1.
Yeah.
So I look to see who they come out with at the break. You can see right now that Lewis Parker, looks like he may be coming out. He hasn't shot a free throw yet this year, so I'm seeing who he's going to bring out.
Yeah.
I try and make them get the ball to 14 and then foul him, see what he's got.
So Heritage Christian on a 10-3 run. They found themselves down 47-37 early on here in the fourth quarter. A couple back-to-back buckets on second chance opportunities. The three ball from Colvin on that last possession cut at the three. Pretty much going to sell out on these passing lanes here for the steal. If not, are you looking to foul immediately to put them on the line, or do you want to get it to right around 45 seconds and then foul?
I think you want to try and play some good defense first and get a steal or an inbounds pass, but it's going to be hard. I'd be distracted by that electric purple shoot there on the sideline for Guerin Catholic.
And I think you're looking here to double team that.
Yes.
As soon as that ball gets inbounded, you're double teaming, maybe using one of the out-of-bounds lines as almost a third defender, as Cherry will inbound it. Doss will cover.
I'm trying to make them get it into Lewis Parker, and if they do, then foul him and see what he can do from the free throw line since he hasn't shot one yet this year.
So here's a cross-court screen. Back up to Chandler. Chandler open. has the basketball back over to Cherry. Cherry dribbles it out, and we're going to run 4 corners for a couple seconds here. We'll see what they do. Cherry dribbles left side, guarded by Colvin, spins back, think twice about it, over to Sorensen. Sorensen has it. Right-handed dribble, now lefty. Minute 10 to go. Here comes that double team. Wiggins, triple team almost. Back up top, Cherry will reset. Minute to go.
Dean Smith offense.
Yeah. And Peters doesn't want to foul here because I believe he has 4.
He does.
So he is not fouling. Cherry dribbles it out, and Colvin will reach in, and he did foul him. Went for the ball, but it was a foul. So a 1-and-1 coming up here with 55 seconds to go.
And he's telling Peters, I know you got 4, but we got to foul and put him on the line. Clock's more important right now as Colvin picks up his 3rd.
So his 3rd on the evening. Checking out of the contest is Parker for Guerin. Checking back in is Ty Sanders. Get those long arms in there for the defensive possession.
Yeah.
If you're Heritage here, regardless of what happens, you don't need the 3, but I got to think we got to see some down court screens to try to get Colvin open towards the basket.
Yes.
Cherry's first of the 1-on-1 off the rim, no good. Huge corralled rebound there by Luke Peters. Doss has it. They're going to push. 48 seconds, trailing by 3, 50-47. Wiggins looking to set the screen. Coach very frustrated. Doss goes all the way up, under, in, and 1. Put him on the line. So Doss says, I'm going to take over, Coach. I've got the matchup I want. 1-on-1 to the rack. A little hesitation, count the bucket, put him on the line of the chance to foul.
And that's the 4th foul on Cherry. So he misses the free throw, comes back down. Great move by Doss up and under and gets the foul, and he's got a chance to square it up at 50.
So Doss can tie this bad boy at 50. I don't believe we'd been tied since 16, maybe even earlier than that.
Yeah, it's hard to believe Heritage has found their way back. But
so Doss with the N1 attempt out, no good. Rebound, Peters, and a timeout called by Guerin. So once again, Luke Peters with his 4th offensive rebound of the 4th quarter will give Heritage the ball, trailing by 1 with 34 seconds to go. Sean, what are we doing here?
I don't know, but, I mean, if Luke Peters isn't the cleaner after this game, I don't know what he is, because every time they needed a big play, he seems to be the one that has gotten it done for them, sans the Doss play there. But, you know, kind of glad he didn't foul out now at the other end. I think if you're Heritage Christian, you're looking for 2 things. One, you're definitely going to set a screen for Doss, but I think he's going to look for Allmeyer or Colvin to take a shot. I think if you can draw the defense in and kick it out for a 3-ball here, that may be what they're looking for. Allmeyer is their best outside shooter outside of Colvin. It's going to be interesting, but at that point, though, you got to make sure that Wiggins and Peters both just crash hard.
We have an injured cheerleader with 34 and a half seconds to go in this one. Guerin with a 50-49 lead over Heritage. Heritage with the basketball after the offensive rebound. We will take a timeout as well. Exciting conclusion to this one. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot.
And we are back here at Heritage Christian High School. It is a huge run here, 12-3 run by Heritage in this 4th quarter. They have the basketball after the and 1 was missed by Dylan Doss. And with 34 seconds to go, here, Sean, let's see what they draw up. Doss has the basketball, gets a screen from Wiggins, over to Colvin, the Purdue commit, to the lane, power dribble, up, under, off the backboard, spins around and in, and Heritage back on top by 1 with 24 seconds to go.
You knew they were going to get him the basketball, and he found a little bit of a lane. That body control he's got to get up, and he now has 5 in the 4th quarter, 9 in the second half, and 16 for the game.
So with 24.7 seconds to go, Heritage did what I thought they would do. Go quickly to give yourself enough time if you don't get a bucket to either reset or to be able to foul and extend that clock. Now Guerin Catholic finds himself trailing for the first time since I believe it was 30-29. Heritage had the advantage early in that third quarter. Sean, it is a 14-3 run by Heritage to take the lead with 24.5 seconds to go. If you're Guerin, what are you drawing up here?
I think you're looking for Sorensen. He's been the guy in this fourth quarter that's gotten you those big buckets. They're going to try and spread him out wide and look for Cherry to drive into the lane where that defense comes and helps. You're looking for the guy off of Sorensen to come in to try and help stop Cherry, kick it out to him, to Sorensen, see if you can get a 3-ball.
And you want to go quick here. Yeah, you got to go the length of the court, but you still want to give yourself a chance to, if you don't make your attempt, to be able to foul and extend this game via the free throw line. Heritage has been a little shaky from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. Here's the inbound pass.
Or get an offensive rebound.
Yes. Pushes it up. They've broken it already. 19 seconds to go. Chandler has it. Chandler around the back, looks for the screen, dishes it. Gets a screen here. Looking. Sorensen almost stolen. And we have a timeout with 8.5 seconds to go. Very discombobulated there for Guerin, a little bit too panicky, for lack of a better term. Now with 8 seconds, it's hard to extend this game. So I think we may see the last shot attempt come down here to Guerin.
To me, it seemed like they were looking for Murans to come off the screen there to get him the basketball, but great defense by Heritage Christian to make sure he didn't have that opportunity.
So we'll see what they draw up here for Guerin Catholic. Trailing 51-50. Again, it's a 14-3 run by Heritage Christian. A lot of second chance opportunities have been the key for Heritage's comeback here in the fourth quarter. Don't forget, upcoming over the next several days, right here on IndianaSRN, Christmas music 24/7. Got some great boys action coming up tomorrow between Cecina and Heritage. Also, the Bossy Winter Classic can be seen across our airwaves here on IndianaSRN all day. And then Shortridge takes on Chittard on Monday. And then on Thursday, Lebanon and Guerin Catholic. Happy holidays to you. Tony Donahue, Sean Kroll, Brad Pressler, Greg Smith with you here on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game. 8.5 seconds to go here. Who are you calling, Sean? Call your shot here and who you're going to look for that game-winning look.
I'm looking for the kick out to either Morans off a pick or Sorensen. They're going to try and get the ball to one of those two guys. Chandler's going to handle the basketball.
So Cherry out there, Parker out there, Chandler out there as mentioned. Also out there is Dylan Morans. He's had a big third and fourth quarter here.
Yeah, Cherry's going to inbound the basketball. They're going to run. I think they're going to run Chandler off a pick here from Parker to get him the ball.
So Guerin with the inbound goes over the top. Morans on the lay-in low. It is good. 5 seconds to go. Here's the push. Colvin has it, tries to get through. He's at the rack. It's stolen. Bodies on the floor, out of bounds. Ball game. Guerin Catholic with the win. Over the top to Morans off the backboard, and Guerin Catholic survives with a 52-51 win on the bucket on the inbound pass. And Guerin Catholic moves to 4-3. Sean, let's go back and look at this inbound play drawn up perfectly.
What a great play there. Got him behind Allmeyer, got the switch on the shorter guy, up and under, and Colvin's going to get upset because he thought there was contact coming down here as he tried to weave through as Chandler tried to hit the basketball and knock it out of bounds. A lot of contact, but that's the way they've called it all night long. What a great inbounds play called by Coach Allen.
And Morans gets the spin move, gets the position, up and under, uses the rim as a protector as well off the backboard, and ends up being the game winner here on IndianaSRN. Let's quickly look at some stats. Dylan Morans with a 17-point, no more important than those last two on that bucket. But guys like Robert Sorensen stepped up. Josh Holba had some big buckets as well.
He did. The two big threes early in the fourth quarter for Sorensen were huge for them to start off quick with that 6-0 run. He finished with 12. Miles Colvin finished with 16. Wiggins answered with 9 as well. Doss with 8. But, man, they got that switch down on Allmeyer there with Morans. Again, just a great call by Allen. And you'd hope that that you could have gotten a call down there at the end if you're the home crowd. But great job by Chandler just to poke his hand in there and not get any body contact, because if there's body contact, there's a chance they might call it. But he just snuck his hand there, and Colvin lost it, and that was all she wrote.
Can't ask for a better ending to a basketball game on the high school level than what you just saw here on IndianaSRN. Heritage Christian, a 14-3 run, but the final bucket of the game, the deciding basket from Morans, and Guerin Catholic picks up their 4th victory of the season. Final score 52-51. For Sean Kroll, Brad Pressler, Greg Smith, I'm Tony Donahue. Happy holidays. Check out all of our social media channels for more high school hoops action coming up here on IndianaSRN. Once again, your final, Guerin Catholic 52, Heritage Christian 51. Have a great rest of your weekend.
African country that used to have a solid